Hi everyone, welcome to a new day. It is Saturday the 13th. Yes, I believe tomorrow's Valentine's Day. It is early afternoon. It's 1:30 in the afternoon and we're having a snowy day. Not too heavy snow, but still snow. So you see some ingredients in front of you. But before I go over this, I just want to let you know I am doing a collaboration with Debra's Delicious Dishes. And if you haven't checked out her channel, please do so. I am going to leave her link down below in the description. Debra is an amazing woman. She is one that cooks her butt off, and she makes some delicious looking meals. So yeah, if you haven't already, take a look at her channel and please support her by subscribing and watching her videos. So other than cooking videos, Debra is a person of faith. She has a lot of faith. Some of her videos are just her journey with her faith. So yeah, definitely a wonderful family woman. She cooks a lot for her family after a hard day's work. So yeah, check out Debra's Delicious Dishes, an amazing woman. Yeah, so Debra emailed me the other day and asked if I wanted to do a collab with her. And of course I said, yes, I do. So here we are. So Debra will post her video, and what my video is going to be about is carnitas. So have you noticed we have been on a Mexican kick? So today's dish is going to be a slow cooker dish, and what I'm using is this pork shoulder butt roast. Now, I got this from a grocery haul, which I haven't even posted, but I may post before this video. So, this is pork shoulder butt roast, and I'm going to chop it up into just big cubes so it cooks a little faster. There is a bone in there, so I may try to take that out first. If you've never had carnitas, you're missing out. So, carnitas, this shoulder roast is going to go in the slow cooker, and at the end I'm going to shred it to pieces. And then you just put it in a soft corn tortilla or a flour, whatever your preference is, and put your own fixings on after that. But the taste is so delicious. These are our favorite tacos. So okay, so let me go over everything I'm using in this video. Okay, so besides the pork shoulder butt roast, I'll be using some bay leaves. I'll probably use just one or two, maybe just one. Some black pepper. I am going to use regular oregano leaves. Lately in our dishes I've been using Mexican oregano. I'm just going to use a slight bit of oregano leaves. I'm not a fan of the taste of oregano, but if you just use a little bit, you can never taste it. You'll never taste it. All right. And I'm also going to use this Knorr's chicken flavor bouillon, a little bit of salt, and we use the light salt, 50% less sodium. I'm going to use some lime juice from the bottle. I don't have any real limes right now, and I'm thinking about going to get some because I like to cut them and squeeze that lime juice in my tacos. So, and I'm going to cut an orange and squeeze the juice out of that, and that's going to go in there also. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and cut up my roast, and I won't bore you with that detail. There is a lot of fat on that, so I'm going to trim some of that off, but I still may put it in there because that's going to give it flavor and juices. Okay, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. All right, everyone, so I got this all chopped up, not exactly in cubes, but in pieces. You can see this is a very fatty roast. Again, it's a pork shoulder butt roast, and the bone is pretty big, so I just threw it in because even if I cut meat off of it, there's still a lot of meat just like attached to the bone, so I don't want to lose that. So the bone is big enough where once it gets done, all that meat should fall off of it. Okay, so as normal in my slow cooker, I put a little bit of water at the bottom, but then I put some of the chicken bouillon stuff, and then I added some of the seasonings like the oregano, the salt, the pepper, I haven't put a bay leaf in there. I did put some lime juice and squeezed half of the orange in there. So what I'm going to do now is put some more seasonings on top and then let it go. Okay, so let me do that. All right, I'm just going to throw in a little bit of salt. I'm not going to put any more oregano because I don't want to kill the flavor with oregano. Some pepper. And you can see I just put a little bit of water at the bottom, but as soon as I put all the meat in there, you can see it creeping up the sides here. So all the fat in here, there was a really big slab of fat that I just put in as a whole. That way it's easier to take out later. So throw a little bit more lime juice in it. And I really have to have lime for my tacos, so I'm probably going to take a ride to the Mexican store and get some limes. And then this is the other half of the orange. Look how red. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but that isn't the normal color of an orange. It's more like a red grapefruit. And these are Cara oranges, and it does say with a hint of cherry, but I've never seen oranges like that. So yeah, I'm going to just squeeze the rest of that in there. You can see it's just tearing apart. Wow. All right. Okay, so now I'm just going to cover it up. I have it on low, and I'm just going to let it cook. So I'm thinking this is going to probably take maybe between 4 and 5.5 hours. I'm going to give it. So, all right, so let me just slide this to the side, and I will be back. Oh, I forgot to put a bay leaf in there. I'm just going to put one bay leaf because I'm just not crazy about bay leaves either, but I'm not even sure what kind of flavor it gives it, but we're just going to throw it in there. All right, let's cover it up, and I will be back when I check on it later. Okay, everyone, so this roast has been going for about 5 hours now on low the entire time. So as I said, I left the bone in. I just fogged up the camera. Okay, so here's the bone right here, and I already went in, and I am able to actually just pick up this meat with a fork now. So I can go ahead and take this bone out and take all that meat off. And then the pieces of fat I told you about, this is one piece of fat right here. And I know it looks disgusting and everything. And the reason I left it whole in there is I'm going to take that out as well. The fat gives you flavor, and that's the reason I put it in there. So what I'm going to do is take all the fat out of here, rip the meat off the bone, and then just kind of shred up the meat a little bit. So I will be right back and see what it looks like. Alright, so I just pulled the bone out and that big chunk of fat, but I just wanted to show you the bone. If I didn't put that bone inside the slow cooker with the rest of it, look at the meat I would have lost out on. This is all meat, and this was everything. Well, there's a little bit more in the slow cooker, but this was a good portion of what I took off the bone, and it's all meat. So I'm going to put it back in the slow cooker. But yeah, look at the bone. This was covered with meat when I put it in. This is just a little bit of fat, a little bit of meat here that I can peel off still, but that's the big chunk of bone that was in there. So all right, so I just wanted to show you on these roasts, yeah, don't discard that bone. I would cook it and then peel that meat off of it. Okay, so I'm going to bring the slow cooker back. So we got, you can see I can pull the meat apart, fairly simple, but it feels like it could use to cook a little bit more. Yep, but it's getting there. So this is what it looks like. This is just, and remember, this is pork, this is not beef. And it tastes good. I tasted a couple shreds of meat there, and it tastes really good. Tastes like carnitas should. So, alright, so I'm going to let it cook a little longer, and then we'll be back in about, I would say, another half hour to an hour. Okay, so stay tuned. Alright everyone, so it is time to shred up this meat. You can see through the lid that it is bubbling up pretty good. So let's open her up. Steaming up the camera again. Alright, let's so this is pure meat. It is ready to be shredded. I'm just taking my fork. You can see how it's falling apart with me just picking it up. We're going to take this out. It's our bay leaf. It's surprising for just one bay leaf. The flavor of that bay leaf went through pretty good. Not that I'm a complete fan, but it didn't come out so strong that it overtook any flavors, but enough to give it a flavor. So you can see how this meat is just going to fall apart right now. So I'm going to go ahead and shred this up and heat up the tortilla warmer, and I'll be back with some tacos. Alright everyone, there we have it. Carnitas, and basically this was so simple to make. You just throw your roast in there, put your seasonings in there, and let her go. She actually cooked for about 7 to 8 hours. I'll give it 7.5 hours on completely low the whole time. So, and that meat is moist. It's moist. It just melts in your mouth. It's delicious. Our favorite kind of tacos. So remember to head on over to Debra's Delicious Dishes and give her some support if you haven't already subscribed. Check her channel out, please. And it was a pleasure doing a collab with you, Miss Deb. So thank you everybody so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.